Being here. Thank you. Back to the buzz Fox Business is getting from Donald Trump. Trump running, of course, as a D.C. outsider, and he's telegraphing that he would bring in more outsiders. Take a look.
Spoken to Carl Icahn, who's a friend of mine, a good friend of mine, and others of the great deal makers and negotiators, and they're going to represent me if I win, and they're going to represent our country on trade deals. We're going to get the best dealers in the world, and we have them.
To billionaire investor John Paul DeJoria now on whether Washington needs an infusion of business voices inside the Beltway. John Paul, I know you have different views on Donald Trump. Everybody does. I think even supporters do. But wouldn't it be nice to have someone in the White House who actually knew how laws and regulations affect business?
I agree on this one. I think that is brilliant. I had a big discussion with Neil Cavuto about this a couple of years ago. Why doesn't our country have business people that have run something? Unfortunately, in no disrespect, a lot of our politicians, especially at the high end, have never run a lemonade stand, as they say. They have no business experience. They're politicians. They promise things sometimes, and they maybe mean well. They cannot deliver because they don't know how to do it. Yeah. Our nation definitely needs more business people, and they're coming up with solutions because that's what we do.
Yeah, well, you know, even politicians who become businessmen, that happens sometimes. George McGovern, who ran for president, sure, I guess back in '68, he became a businessman. He left politics. He ran a small inn in the state of Connecticut. Right. Eventually was so frustrated by all the rules and regulations that he was a part of. He was one of the sponsors of some of the bills that when he was a businessman, he was against. So even politicians, when they become businessmen, realize that these rules and regs don't work.
Boy, did you get that one on the dot. I wish he would have been a businessman before going into office.
Exactly.
Many politicians after office become business people and say, oops, I wish I knew that. But again, it's how the political system works. So I think from here on out, especially during this big campaign program that's going on for the next year, tell the nation not just what you want to do, how you plan to do it, and even though you don't have the experience, how you're going to pull this one off. And then say at the same time, they should do this in writing. I started this during the last election called the Accountability Pledge. I will do this, this, and this, and if I don't do this, this, and this, in my first year, I will tell you why, and it'll be a good explanation. If not, impeach me because I lied to you to get into office. Right. Now, if they're that accountable, we may have some people in there other than just promises
to tell you
they
the
can
truth,
never
John
keep.
Paul, all politicians are liars. They all lie, at least partially, in order to get into office. But at least a businessman would know whether a rule or regulation was going to help or hurt business. That would be a delightful fresh air, a bit of fresh air inside the Beltway. John, we got to leave it at that. John Paul DeJoria, thank you so much. I know you worked hard to get to the studio today. We appreciate you coming in.
You got it.